Bonjour, je m'appelle Monsieur Sonny. Je m'appelle Monsieur Sonny. I hope you understand that. Okay, you're welcome to Class 6 of Français Facile at Top's Business and Language Center. Remember, you can watch all our videos on our Facebook page, Top's Business and Language Center, Français Facile. You can also watch us on our YouTube page, which is Top's Business and Language Center. All these classes are there, and contact us via WhatsApp. The number is there. Via email. The email is there on the screen. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. All right. So what are we doing today? Remember what we've done before. We've looked at the personal pronouns. We've looked at greetings and so on. We've looked at how to ask for somebody's name. I hope you remember all those. All right. So if you want to refresh your memory, please go back to those videos and watch again. So this morning, let's do something like asking for someone's nationality and asking for where someone lives, and also telling people about your nationality and where you live, shall we? Okay, remember the personal pronouns. Je, tu, il, elle. Do you remember these personal pronouns? Good. We're going to use them, all of these, plus verbs. Do you understand? We're going to start to make sentences with these. Do you understand? These personal pronouns, these are the singular ones. There are plural personal pronouns. We'll get back to that. We'll get to that in no time. But for now, these singular personal pronouns plus verbs, we're going to use them to make sentences. We're going to begin to start using them to make sentences. How? Good. Now, when you want to say that this is your nationality, you would go, remember, je m'appelle, je suis, okay, my name is, I am, je m'appelle Sonny, je suis professeur. Remember those lessons? My name is, and this is my occupation. Good. So we're going to continue in that way to talk about my nationality and where I live. Okay, and then we'll look at two verbs there. Je suis nigérian. Je suis nigérian. You remember je suis, I am. Je suis nigérian. Can you say that? Je suis nigérian. Nigérian, the N is nasal. Je suis nigérian. That's for the male. And for the female would go, je suis nigérian. Feminine. Je suis nigérian. Je suis, let me write it out. Je suis Nigerian. I'm a Nigerian, but I'm a male Nigerian. I would go, je suis Nigerian. But the female would go, je suis Nigerian. Je suis Nigerian. Je suis Nigerian. Another example. Je suis africain. Je suis africain. Je suis africain. Je suis africain. The N is nasal. Quin, like Nigerian. Okay? For the male. And for the female, je suis africaine. Can you see this? The female and male, the gender differences now in French and English? For the female, je suis africaine. For the male, je suis africain. For the female, je suis Nigérian. For the male, je suis Nigérian. Do you get that? Good. Now let's get to some other examples like some other nationalities. So I'm going to retain my je suis for I am. We're going to go to other ones. I am. So, je suis américain. Je suis américain. Je suis américain. The male, I'm an American. Je suis américain. Okay. The N is nasal. If it's a female, je suis américaine. Je suis américaine. The male would go, je suis américain. The female, je suis américaine. Do you get that? Okay. Another one would be, je suis japonais. Je suis japonais. This is a J. Okay. Je suis japonais. Someone from Japan, a male. Je suis japonais. The S is silent. And of course, the female would be, je suis japonaise. Je suis japonaise. Are you getting this? Are you getting the sequence, the tactics behind the female and the male gender? All right. Je suis américain. The N is silent. Je suis américaine for the female. The N now comes out. You add an E to it. Je suis japonais. The S is silent for the male. Je suis japonaise. The S is now pronounced like a Z and the E comes. Okay, are we getting that? Good. Now, let's talk about another person. If you're talking to someone, like directly, you, remember our word for you, tu. Tu es nigérian. If you say tu es nigérian, it means you're telling the person that the person is a Nigerian and it's a male. Tu es nigérian. Tu es nigérian. Remember, nigérian. And of course, tu es nigériane. Female Nigerian. Tu es nigériane. You are a Nigerian. You are a Nigerian. You masculine and then you feminine. Nigérian masculine. Nigériane feminine. Okay, shall we take another example? Tu es chinois. Tu es chinois. Can you say that? Chinois. Chinois. Don't be carried away with the OIS. Okay, the S is silent. Chinois for the male. Tu es chinois. And then tu es chinoise. Definitely for the female. Tu es chinoise. Now, at this point, you need to get your dictionary, your French, English, English, French dictionary, anyone you want. Pick anyone at the bookshop and begin to learn these things. Okay? Begin to notice. For example, when I say learn these things, I mean names of countries, nationalities, and so on and so forth to increase your vocabulary. So when I give you the basics here, you go and enlarge your vocabulary at home or at the office, wherever you, oh, excuse me, I need to correct the spelling. Tu es, tu es, tu es. Okay, now let's go to another one, which is il, for example. Il est sénégalais. Sénégalais. Il est sénégalais. He is a Senegalese. Okay, look at the spelling. Il est sénégalais. Definitely, this is a male. Il, he, est. He is a Senegalese. Il est sénégalais. The S is silent. Play that over again and hear the difference. For the female, definitely you're going to be having elle. Elle est sénégalaise. Definitely sénégalaise. Good. Elle est sénégalaise. She is a Senegalese woman. Elle est sénégalaise. These are nationalities, okay? Elle est sénégalaise. Another one for il. Il est africain. And then, of course, you have elle est africaine. Africaine. That's the masculine and feminine differences, okay? Il est sénégalais. He's a Senegalese man or Senegalese. Elle est sénégalaise. Il est africain. The N is silent, it's nasal. Elle est africaine. Then you now pronounce the N and then add E. Okay, do you have any questions? Please put it in the comment section. Write us an email and all of that. We're going to be answering your questions as we see them. Now let's go to the last part of today's class, which is how to tell where you live. Where you live. Before we do that, we're going to use the verb. We're going to introduce another verb, which is habiter. 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 Now let's do habiter au présent. Remember how to conjugate. Habiter au présent. That is in the present tense. Habiter au présent. Remember, if you want to conjugate, you bring out the personal pronouns. Do you remember the personal pronouns? You start with j'habite. J'habite. J apostrophe. J'habite. I live. J'habite. I live. Habiter. To live. To live in a place. Okay? J'habite. J'habite. And then tu habites. IS. Il habite. And then elle habite. Very good. The J apostrophe is coming because H is a vowel in French. So you have J instead of J-E, okay, J apostrophe, j'habite. Can you say that? J'habite. Tu habites. The S is silent, okay? It has to be there, but it's silent. Tu habites. Il habite. Elle habite. Okay? J'habite. Tu habites. Il habite. Elle habite. Habiter, to live in a place. Habiter, to live. And these are the ways of saying, I live. I live, you live, he lives, she lives. Okay? Now you can complete the sentence. For example, j'habite à Lagos. I live in Lagos. J'habite à Lagos. Tu habites à Lagos. Or I would ask you a question. Tu habites à Lagos? If you live in Lagos, you say, j'habite à Lagos. If you don't live in Lagos, you say, non, j'habite à, then you tell me where you live. Now, you're going to use your dictionary to know the names of places also, especially countries and cities, okay? Mostly, countries and cities are translated into French, all right? But names of communities and all of that may not be translated into French. You may call them the way the locals call them, okay? For example, j'habite aux États-Unis. If you live in the United States, for example, you go, or if he lives, il habite would be he lives, right? He lives, il habite aux États-Unis. He lives in the US. États-Unis, United States. Okay? United States. So, and then others like that. So, this is habiter, to live in the present tense. And these are ways of answering the questions. Thank you very much. Remember, you can be a part of this by commenting, by sharing, and by contacting us via our email, topsbusinesslanguagecenter@gmail.com, or via WhatsApp. The number is on your screen, or you just watch the videos on Facebook and YouTube. Thank you very much. Au revoir.